Hello friends. This is the story of a 16-year-old girl named Jessie. She had a dream of traveling the world at a very young age. Jessie says that she wants to sail across the oceans of the world on her small boat. She has lived near the sea since childhood and loves it. Her family lives near Sunshine Coast, so she grew up thinking of the sea as her friend. When she was only 10 years old, she shared this dream with her parents, but they thought it was just a joke. After some time, they realized that Jessie was serious, and they decided to help her make her dream come true. 6 years later, when Jessie turned 16, she started her first practice in the sea. In the beginning, everything went well, but one day, a large ship collided with her boat. She got very scared and quickly called her coach. Later, her family was informed, and they became worried and asked her to come back. But by then the news had spread, and the next day when she arrived at the port, the media was already there. They wanted to ask her questions to make her abandon her plan. Jessie didn't answer any of them and went back home. A few days later, her family held a press conference, where many reporters asked about her age. One reporter even said that her parents were using her for fame and money. When a reporter asked why the alarm didn't go off when the boat collided, Jessie replied that she had forgotten to turn on the alarm. Another reporter doubted that a girl who couldn't even cross a port could sail around the world. Jessie replied, "Believe what you want, but I will start my journey in October." Then she left the conference. After that, every news channel was talking about Jessie. People said she was too young and it wasn't a good idea for her to do this. Her family also faced criticism. But Jessie had been preparing for this journey since childhood. She was fully confident that she could do it. On the other hand, we learned that when her boat was damaged in the crash, she suffered a huge loss. She needed a lot of money to fix it. Jessie called her sponsor, but as usual, no one came to help her. Her mother clearly said, "We don't have enough money to fix your boat. But remember, you have to do this on your own. No one is going to help you. Everyone wants you to give up. But you must make your dream come true to prove them wrong." Meanwhile, the story takes us back to the past. When Jessie was very young, she had read about Martin. Martin was the person who had traveled the world alone on a small boat. Since then, Jessie had started dreaming of the same. She did many small jobs and saved money. Then she met Ben, who is now her coach. Ben had also traveled the world and he was a good swimmer. Jessie made him her mentor. Since then, Ben has been guiding her at every step. The story comes back to the present. Jessie is worried because the date of her departure is getting closer. But she still hasn't managed to arrange the money. She meets Ben. Ben comforts her and takes her to a place. There were many boats there. One of them was Jessie's boat. But it didn't look the same as before. This is because all the boat experts there had fixed it for her. And they did it without charging any money. Seeing this, tears come to Jessie's eyes. Everyone wanted Jessie to fulfill her dream. Then we see Jessie's father facing a reporter. The reporter starts interviewing him. When the family watches the interview at home, they don't feel good about it. In the interview, Jessie's father says that he is not sure if his daughter will be able to complete the journey or not. Jessie asks him, "Do you really think I can't do this?" Her father explains that a father always wants his daughter to be successful. But deep down, there is also fear that something might happen to her. Jessie hugs her father and promises that she will return safely. At night, her older sister creates a blog for her. She tells Jessie, "Keep sending me all your videos." Friends, if you watch this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. I will keep uploading them from here so the world knows what you are doing. Then the day comes when Jessie has to begin her journey. Her boat is ready. She named her boat Pink. Her whole family is there. Everyone is giving her some gift to remind her of them. Her little sister Nova even gives her a toy. Finally, Jessie says goodbye to everyone and sets off on her journey to fulfill her dream. We also see the Guinness World Records team, who were reviewing Jessie's preparations. It was the 18th of October 2009. Now the question is, will Jessie complete her world journey and return, or will this journey remain incomplete for her? Her coach laid out all his equipment in front of Jessie because now he would keep an eye on her journey from there. If Jessie faced any difficulty, he would help her. In just 3 days, Jessie had covered a distance of 396 miles. She shared this happiness with her whole family and made a video blog. In the video, she showed the things inside her boat, such as her kitchen, her bed, and her route map. She explains that she will first pass through Sydney, then cross the equator. after which she will sail through the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean before reaching Western Australia. Finally, she will return to Sydney. But she also says that although this sounds easy, in reality, it is very difficult. She won't stop at any port because if she stops, her mission will fail. One night, she contacts her coach and says that she feels very lonely because all around her is just salty water. Her coach advises her that whenever he felt lonely, he used to sing songs, and it helped him relieve his stress. Jessie does the same and then goes to sleep. Jessie has now completed a 12-day journey and is slowly heading towards Fiji. On her way, she sees beautiful waves which she films and enjoys. But now, her real test is about to begin because many people reach this point, but very few can go further. The news is also showing negative reports, saying she is heading towards a dangerous area where large ships have sunk. Her family gets very worried after watching the news because the Pacific Ocean is almost over, and the Indian Ocean is about to begin. Jessie's boat is very small as it is. So far, Jessie has spent 33 days at sea and has covered 6,000 miles now. She is heading towards the Northern Sea. She tells her coach that everything is fine so far. But that night, her coach learns about a storm that is rapidly heading towards Jessie. He immediately warns her and tells her to stay in touch. She asks if she should change her route, but the coach says it is not possible because the storm is too fast. He advises her to drop the anchor in the water to keep the balance of the boat. Jessie does this, but the waves are a problem because water starts entering the boat, causing many things to get damaged. While she is fixing those things, she suddenly gets a shock of electricity which causes her head to hit the table and she loses consciousness. When she wakes up, the sun has already risen. She immediately tells her coach that she is perfectly fine and nothing happened to her. But her coach explains that this is just the beginning, and she must be prepared for more storms ahead. This storm scared her whole family. Now everyone was very worried about Jessie. But Jessie reassures them that she can do all of this. Friends, now it has been 50 days for Jessie and she is entering South America. But there is no fear on her face. She is enjoying the waves and moving forward. Meanwhile, many reporters have gathered at her home because they heard about the previous storm. At that moment, Hina arrives and gives everyone Jessie's blog ID. She says, "You will get all the updates from here." Everyone immediately starts opening the blog. Meanwhile, in the sea, Jessie records a new blog in which she is fishing. The story moves forward, and one day her older sister tells her that she has been accepted into the university of her choice. Her little sister Hina has won 3 medals in swimming. Seeing her family so happy makes Jessie a little emotional and she starts crying. She missed them a lot, but she knew this journey was important for her. She starts feeling very lonely now and pretends on the boat as if her family is with her. A few days later, Christmas comes. She opens her family's gifts and calls them on the satellite phone to thank them. On Christmas, everyone was remembering Jessie, especially her father. After Christmas, she continues her journey. She had now reached the South Atlantic Ocean. But she couldn't move forward because there was no wind or waves in that area. Therefore, her boat was stuck there. She waited the whole day hoping the wind would come by tomorrow. But that didn't happen. And before she knew it, several days passed there. Now Jessie became irritable. She neither talked to her family nor to her coach. Her family got very worried, fearing something might have happened to Jessie. Then one day she spoke to her coach. The coach explained, "How could you do this? At least stay in touch with us." Jessie got angry at him for saying this, and this hurt the coach. As a result, he distanced himself from her family. Jessie, on the other hand, started crying because she was completely frustrated and exhausted. She didn't know what to do anymore. She was stuck at one place. At night, she spoke to her mother. Her mother told her, "You shouldn't have spoken to the coach like that. He has taught you everything. On the journey you're on, difficulties will come. But you must face them. Just stay strong and believe in yourself. Soon, the wind and waves will come." Jessie found her mother's words to be right, and so she calmed down. The next day, she made a new blog, where she told everyone that the last 7 days had been very difficult for her. But when someone wants to make their dreams come true, they have to make many sacrifices and face many challenges. Only then can they turn their dreams into reality. Now, her blog was being watched by the reporter who had asked her many questions. He was so moved by Jessie's courage that he started crying and became emotional. After some time, the wind started blowing again. Jessie's boat moved forward quickly again. She was very happy. By now, 186 days had passed. This news was also being shown on TV. But now Jessie realized her mistake. The way she had spoken to her coach was wrong. Therefore, she asked her mother about the coach. Her mother told her that the coach had not spoken to them for many days. At that moment, Jessie noticed cracks on the board of her boat. This was not a good sign. If a storm came, her boat might sink or break in the middle. But she had no other choice. She couldn't stop at any harbor, nor could she talk to her coach. A few days later, Jessie was about to reach Australia near her home. But just then a new problem appeared. Jessie saw not one, but 3 storms rapidly heading toward her. Seeing this, she came outside the boat and said to God, "Oh God, why are you doing this to me?" The coach, Ben, soon found out about this storm. He immediately went to her home and informed her parents about it. By this time, all the news channels were showing that Jessie's survival was very difficult. Because in such dangerous storms, it was nearly impossible for such a small boat to survive. Everyone advised her to stop at a harbor. But Jessie was calculating everything, wondering how she would face the storm. Then she receives a call from her family. Her sister tells her to read the comments on her blog. When Jessie reads these comments, people from all over the world are praising her courage and determination. After reading this, she feels more encouraged and decides that she will not back down now. She will face the storm. Her coach and father try to stop her. Her father also tells her to come back. But in front of Jessie's determination, everyone gives up, and they all pray for her safety. Jessie had completed all the preparations she had been taught. But this storm was bigger than she had imagined. Once, a huge wave comes towards her. The wave was as tall as a ship. She feels powerful jolts. The jolts were very strong. Now she begins to feel that she might not survive. So she calls her family one last time. Everyone gets nervous hearing her voice. Just then a huge wave comes towards Jessie, and her boat flips completely. In those moments, Jessie remembers the time she spent with her family. But one thing is noted here: no water enters her cabin. This is because her boat is designed in a way that if it's closed, no water can get inside. After this, Jessie's phone also shuts off. Now there is no news about her. Her family believes that Jessie is no longer alive. Her brother keeps calling her, hoping she will pick up the phone. But she doesn't. Her mother, having lost her daughter, breaks down. She quietly goes into a room and cries so her children don't see her weak. The entire family is filled with sorrow. But God is with Jessie. No one can stop her dream from coming true. Perhaps even fate can't. Then we see that her boat comes out of the water and Jessie is safe. The first thing she does is call home. Hearing her voice, everyone believes that she is alive. And they know now that she is not someone who gives up easily. Her sister comes out and tells the media that her sister is alive and returning home. Meanwhile, we see that the storm slowly starts to fade. Jessie, in her heart, says that what happened in the last 2 days she will never forget. She comes out of her boat and enjoys the rain, thanking God. She has now completed a 200-day journey. And now her home is only a few miles away. At this point, we see that people are very excited to welcome her. The next day, when Jessie wakes up, she sees that she has reached Sydney Harbor, where about 80,000 people are waiting for her. Some people still can't believe how such a young girl can do such a big thing. But Jessie has made everyone believe. People cheer, and her family is also present, with proud smiles on their faces. Finally, Jessie has achieved her dream. At the end, we see some real videos where Jessie Watson returns home after 210 days. She set a world record for crossing the ocean at the youngest age. During this journey, she had to face 70-foot waves. After returning, she wrote 2 books, which are still being sold. Today, she is a successful and experienced sailor. From this story, we should learn that big dreams can only be achieved after going through great difficulties. This is where the story ends. If you liked the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.